Good afternoon, Fargo City Commissioner Tony Gehrig with your How I Voted for all of the June meetings, 1, 15, and 29. Not too busy of agendas, so I'm going to put them together. I'm on Facebook Live. I'm on the city webpage, so you can see the video there. June 1st, the moratorium on liquor sales for retail. So what this is, again, was if you buy a steak at Applebee's and have it delivered to your house, you can also buy a beer with that. They'll bring it to you. Or curbside pickup, exact same scenario. You pick it up there, you drive it home. That we made okay in the city of Fargo. That was illegal before, and it never should have been illegal. And we came back at this meeting and said, okay, curbside's okay, but not delivery. With too many problems with delivery. 0 problems with delivery. There was not one phone call, not one email, not one crime committed, not one police action. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this. It was working famously. There was some complaints by the off-sale folks, that you can be sure. Other license holders were upset because Applebee's or whatever your favorite restaurant here in the city of Fargo here was delivering and possibly taking money out of their pockets by ordering the alcohol there instead of going to the liquor store for that. That can't be true. People weren't ordering 18 beers. They were ordering 1 or 2 or however many people they ordered for, that's what they ordered for. No one was buying copious amounts of Bud Light with their Applebee's steak. Now I use Applebee's as an example, Pure League's as an example. So that went down 4-1. I was the only one that wanted to keep that in place. Dangerous buildings, just really quickly, at this meeting, we had to talk about 2 dangerous buildings that we're going to have to demolish. I believe strongly in property rights. I believe that your home is your castle. But the minute your castle starts flopping onto other people's properties and causing a problem, then that's when the government has to step in. Not that I want to. I hate it. I hate that we have to make these votes. I hope that we can come to a resolution every time with these. But there are some people who have been given literally decades to figure it out and can't do it, so that means we have to buy their house, tear it down, and charge them for the demolition. It's an unfortunate truth, but it's totally true. It happens all the time. So just know, we are so flexible. We don't want to take these homes. No, I don't think any commissioner relishes taking these homes, but something has to be done. If you're the neighbor of the guy who's next door to you and their house is completely in shambles, that's affecting your value, and that's not okay. The June 15th meeting, this is where firearms came up again. So really quickly, a synopsis. Right now in the LDC, our Land Development Code, it is illegal to sell guns or ammunition out of your house. You can't do transfers. You can't sell them. If you have a license, like Shields or like any pawn shop out there that you can buy guns for, it's the exact same license structure as that, only your business is your home. Just like cutting hair at your home is the same, just like whatever is out of your home is the same. We make it illegal in the city of Fargo. The problem with that is, well, there's lots of problems with that. But one of the problems is that state law says cities cannot be more restrictive than the state, and the state says it's okay. We know the state says it's okay because 75% of gun sellers, people who sell guns, people who transfer firearms, are out of your home. So 75% of people who do this business in North Dakota do it out of their homes. It is very legal in North Dakota. Most people do it out of their homes, and we in Fargo made it illegal through our Land Development Code, which is an odd way. Through zoning, we made it illegal. So we asked the Planning Commission, hey, why is this illegal? What did you guys say 20 years ago when you made it illegal? What's the discussion now? Is this something we need to have in place? The staff report said there's no reason for it. We just do it because other cities do it, and there's no real good reason. The police chief said that we haven't had any issues with this at all. People have been doing it for a long time, unbeknownst to us, and we didn't know because no one called the police. The fire department had a little bit of issue because they didn't like the gunpowder in the basement, but that's a small issue. Not everyone has a bunch of gunpowder in their basement. And by the way, I can have gunpowder in my basement right now and no one would know about it. I don't. Don't call the cops. But I don't. But you could. It's not illegal. And so ultimately the Planning Commission came back with, I think, a 4-5 or something vote to get rid of it. To keep the law in place so that you cannot sell firearms or ammunition out of your homes. So we went to the City Commission, and after a lot of discussion, what I made the motion to do was let's ask the Attorney General of North Dakota if our law is legal. Before we go through all this changing of anything, before we write new stuff or we try to make it like this or like that, let's ask him if even what we're doing is legal. Because if having this prohibition on the books is illegal, problem solved. That's it. There's no more discussion because we can't do it. We can't go against state law. So that's what happened. In a 4-1 vote, Dave voted against it. Dave really didn't like the idea of gun sales out of homes. And he'll tell you that. And so it's going to go to the AG for his opinion. Okay, at the 29th meeting, amplified sound. So if you live downtown, or if you work downtown, or if you go downtown, you know that they have outdoor concerts. The law right now is, if you have a bar, you can only have one outdoor concert per month. Okay, with COVID, a lot of people who book these type of things, like Jade Presents, for example, they're losing a bunch of money because they're canceling events all over the place because of the COVID. So they're saying, well, why can't we have more events, more than one per license holder, more than one per bar or restaurant a month? That seems restrictive, and it is. That is super restrictive. So they made the proposal was to make it to 5, and then that did pass. But my idea then was, why don't we make that permanent? Why are we so restrictive with these? If people are going there, if people are enjoying it, then let them do it. In general, it's not in the middle of a neighborhood. Some Arlette Prescott argued that downtown is a neighborhood, but we don't treat it that way, and it's not zoned that way. Do people live there? Yes. But if you bought a condo downtown, you kind of knew what you were buying into, didn't you? There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, a lot of entertainment, actually. It's called the Entertainment District. So, yes, we should allow more of it. We're being too restrictive, and ultimately, I want to get us out of the way. Let the free market work. Almost all of these problems are created by government. If we got out of the way, there would be more money made, more business, more people working, and it would be a lot less problems if we just got out of the way, which is what we're starting to see. If there's one silver lining with COVID, it's that governments are starting to see that if they just get out of the way and make less restrictions and cut the red tape, more people will go to work. More people will make more money, and that's a good thing for communities. The last thing, there was a pilot, so a payment in lieu of taxes, which means a tax break. It means you don't pay taxes for a determined amount of time. In this case, it was for a low-income housing project for the elderly. So low-income elderly, like 85 units or something, 84 units, I believe. Now, the reason I voted for this, and if you know anything about me, you know I do not like incentives or special assessments. But incentives in particular, I vote against them consistently. My record is very, very clear. Why I voted for this one anyway? This land is currently owned by HUD, so Housing and Urban Development. They are a charity of sorts. They don't pay taxes. So if the property that it currently has, they don't pay taxes anyway. If they built this place, they will pay taxes on the land, but not the building. So by giving an incentive in a weird way, we're making more money than we actually were with it just being held by HUD in the first place. So no one's getting a tax break here. No one is gaining anything. All we're doing is allowing this structure to go up and not pay taxes, but they'll pay taxes on the land. They weren't paying taxes anyway before this. I heard that and I said, yep, do it. It's not really an incentive anyway. So if you have questions about that or anything else on the agenda, please let me know. Facebook, email, whatever. But please keep watching how we're spending your tax dollars. Have a good one, Fargo.